Nate the Great and the Missing Key. Nate the Great and the Missing Key by Marjorie Wyndham Sharmat, illustrated by Mark Simon, a yearling book. To Mitch, with love and thanks for giving me the key to this mystery, MWS. I, Nate the Great, am a detective. I'm not afraid of anything, except for one thing. Today I'm going to a birthday party for the one thing I'm afraid of. Annie's dog, Fang. This morning my dog Sludgy and I were getting ready for the party. The doorbell rang. I opened the door. Annie and Fang were standing there. Fang looked bigger than ever, and so did his teeth. But he looked like a birthday dog. He was wearing a stupid sweater and a new collar. I need help, Annie said. I can't find the key to my house, so I can't get inside to have the birthday party for Fang. I, Nate the Great, was sorry about the key and glad about the party. I said, "Tell me about your key." Well, Annie said, "The last time I saw it was when I went out to get Fang a birthday surprise to eat." To eat? I said. Yes, Annie said. Some surprise food? It's the one present I had forgotten to buy. I got Fang lots of a present. A striped sweater and a new collar with a license number, a name tag, a little silver duck dish, and a little silver bone to hang from the collar. See how pretty Fang looks and hear how nicely he jingles. I, Nate the Great, did not want to look at Fang or listen to him. Tell me more, I said. Well, Rosamond and her fur cats were at my house, Annie said. She was helping me to get ready for the party. When I went to the store, I left Rosamond and the cats in my house. I left Fang in the yard. I left the key to my house on a table. That is the last time I saw the key. When I got back, Fang was still in the yard, but the house was locked. Rosamond and her cats were gone. Rosamond left his note stuck to my front door. Your key can be found at a place that is round, a place that is safe, and where things are shiny, a place that is big because it's not tiny. And this is a poem, and I went home. That is a strange poem, I said. Sometimes Rosamond is strange, Annie said. I, Nate the Great, already knew that. You must go to Rosamond's house and ask her where she put your key, I said. I went to her house. Annie said, but it was locked too. I rang the bell, but no one was home. This is a big day for Rosamond and locked doors, I said. Who else has a key to your house? My mother and father, but they went out for the day. They don't like dog parties, Annie said. I, Nate the Great, knew that dog parties are very easy not to like, but I said, I'll take your case. I wrote a note to my mother. Dear Mother, I am on a case. I am looking for a round, safe, shiny, big place. I do not know where or what a round, safe, shiny big place is, but when I find it, I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Annie, Fang, Sludgy, and I went to Annie's house. What does your key look like? I asked. It is silver and shiny, Annie said. Sludgy and I looked around. There were many places to leave a key. Under Annie's doormat in her flower garden, drain pipe in her mailbox, but they were not round, safe, shiny, and big. I'll have to look in other places, I said. Fine, and I will wait for you here, Annie said. Nate the Great was glad to hear that. Sludgy and I went to Oliver's house. Oliver is a pest, but I had a case to solve. I had a job to do. I knew that Oliver collects shiny things like tin cans, safety pins, beaches, poison ivy, and pictures of the sun. Each week he collects one new shiny things. Perhaps this week it was a key. Did Rosamond leave a shiny key with you in a big round safe place? I asked. No, Oliver said. This is not my key week. This is my week for shiny eels. Would you like to see my new eel? Nate the Great, did not want to see a new eel or an old eel. I started to leave. May I follow you? Oliver asked. No, I said. I will help you look for the key, Oliver said. All right, I said. When I go east, you go west. When I go south, you go north. But we won't be together, Oliver said. Exactly, I said. Sludgy and I left Oliver's house. I did not look back. I knew what I would see, Oliver. Nate the Great, was busy thinking and looking. All at once I saw a big safe place, a bank. I knew there were many round shiny things in a bank, like pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters. Sludge and I walked inside. Oliver followed us. Sludge and I looked on desks and behind counters. Then we crawled on the floor. If Rosamond had been here, there would be cat hairs all over the floor. I saw paper clips and a broken pen and a penny and mud and a bank guard. First his feet, then the rest of him. Do you want to make a deposit? He asked. Nate the Great wished I could deposit Oliver in the bank. I said, Did anyone strange with 4 cats leave a key here? The guard pointed to the door. Sludgy and I laughed. Now Nate the Great knew where I should not look for the key. A bank was not a strange enough place for a strange person like Rosamond to leave a key. I had to think of a strange place. I thought of a kitchen with bottles of syrup, hunks of butter, and stacks of pancakes. It was not a strange place. But it was a good place to think of because Nate the Great, was hungry. It was time for lunch. Sludge and I started for home. I felt something breathing on the back of my neck. I turned around. It was Oliver. I will follow you forever, Oliver said. Nate the Great, knew that forever was far too long to be followed by Oliver. Sludge and I started to run. We ran down the street, up a hill, around 5 corners, and into an alley. We lost Oliver. I sat down to rest beside our garbage can. Sludge sniffed it. Sludge likes garbage cans. I started at the can. I had an idea. A garbage can would be a perfect place for Rosamond to hide a key. It was big and round and shiny, with a shiny cover and shiny handles. It was safe because no one would look inside a garbage can, except Sludge. And it was a very strange place for a key. Strange enough for Rosamond. There were not many places like that. Now, Nate the Great knew that I had to look in Annie's garbage can. Sludgy and I worked to the garbage can behind Annie's house. We bent low. I did not want Annie to see me until I found a key in her garbage can. Then I would surprise her. I tried to pull up the cover. Sludgy tried to push up the cover with his nose. I pulled harder. Sludgy pushed harder. The cover came off. We looked inside the can. It was empty. Nate the Great, had not solved the case. Sludgy and I slunk home. I was very hungry. I gave Sludgy a bone. I made many pancakes. I sat down to eat them, but I did not have a fork. I opened the drawer. It was full of spoons and knives and forks all together in a shiny silver pile. I had to pick up many spoons and knives before I found a fork. It is hard to find something silver and shiny when it is mixed in with other things that are silver and shiny. I, Neither Great, thought about that. Maybe Annie's key was someplace where nobody would see it because it was with other shiny silver things. A strange place, a round place, a big place, a safe place, and now I Neither Great knew that place. Sludgy and I went back to Annie's house. Annie was sitting in front with Fang. She looked sad. Fang looked big. I ran up to Annie. I know where your key is, I said. Where? Annie asked. Look at Fang's collar, I said. Annie looked. I see Fang's name tag hanging from his collar, she said, and his license and his silver duck dish and his silver bone. And my key! Yes, I said. I Neither Great. Say, that Rosamond hung your key from Fang's collar. We did not notice it because there were other silver things there. But why did Rosamond hang it there? Annie asked. Well, it is a very strange place, I said. And remember Rosamond's poem. A round place, a big and safe place where things are shiny. Well, Fang's collar is round, the things hanging from it are shiny. Fang is big and safe. There is no place more safe to leave a key than a few inches from Fang's teeth. No one would try to take off the key, including me. I started to leave. Wait, Annie said. She took the key from Fang's collar. Now I can have my party and you can come. I Neither Great was glad for Annie and sorry for me. Just then Rosamond and her 4 cats came up the walk. You found the key, she said. I knew I left it in the perfect place. I Neither Great had many things to say to Rosamond, but the party was starting. Annie unlocked the door. We all went inside. We sat around the birthday table. Annie gave me the seat of honor because I had solved the case. It was next to Fang. I Neither Great hoped it would be a very short party. Extra fun activities, fun. What's inside? Nate's notes, keys. Nate researched keys on the web. These little hunks of metal are more complex than you'd think. Here's what Nate learned. Nate's note, keys. Most adults carry 5 to 10 keys with them whenever they leave home. Locks and keys have been in use since about 2000 before Christ. The earliest ones were made of wood. Before keys became common, people hid their valuable behind moats or on islands surrounded by starving crocodiles. A deadbolt is a common kind of lock. When you turn the key in a deadbolt, the bolt slides into a hole on the door frame. Inside the cylinder, there is a sort of puzzle. Only the right key will solve it. Insert the right key and its curves and grooves. Push up a series of pins the exact distance necessary to turn the cylinder and open the lock. A remote-controlled lock allows you to open your car door by pushing a button. The key transmits a radio signal. Inside a car, a radio receiver gets the message from the key to lock or unlock the car. You can also get a keyless lock for your house. You might press numbers on a keypad to open the lock, or you might use a plastic card. A really cool keyless lock scans your fingerprints, handprints, or eyeball, and then decides whether to let you in. How many keys exist? To get an idea, think about this. The University of Toronto in Canada has more than 100,000 key locks on campus. That's typical for a large university. As Annie discovered, keeping track of keys can be a big job. Still, it's easier than wrestling a starving crocodile or swimming across a moat. Nate's note: Banks. Banks don't like detectives snooping around. Libraries don't mind. So Nate went to the library to find out more about banks. The U.S. Mint makes pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. Folding money is made at a place called the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Every coin or bill made by the government shows the year it was issued. For more about the dollar bill, see pages 10 to 13. The vaults of the Federal Reserve Bank on Maiden Lane in New York City store more than 1/4 of the world's gold. The shiny metal is in the form of bars called bullion. A map of a buck. A seal. Here's what you will find on the front of a dollar bill: a seal. This seal shows which of the 12 Federal Reserve banks issued the bill. G stands for Chicago. The number 7 shown 4 times also stands for Chicago. A portrait. This is George Washington. He was the first president of the United States. A serial number. Each bill has a different number here. A spider. Some people claim to see a spider here. Other people say it's actually an owl. What do you see? 2 signatures. Each bill shows the signatures of the Treasurer of the United States, Treasurer of the United States, and the Secretary of the Treasury. Oh,